Bonjour, I am Rene Descartes. I was born in La Haye, France on March 31st, 1596.
I received a degree and license in civil and canon law from University of Poitiers.
I'd like to apologize for my creation of algebra through mathematical equations and ratios. Even though it was a fabulous invention, I understand that most do not enjoy it.
I created the sine law of refraction. Basically, it means that when light rays hit the water, it bends because it becomes a refracted ray. Although other scientists named Willibrord Snell also discovered this law, I formally published it in 1637.
The church was not a fan of mine. I had the belief that the logic of math could be applied to philosophy and other fields of study, but the church thought my views were unorthodox.
I do not believe that we should see a problem, come to a conclusion, and then justify it. We should see a problem and go through logic to arrive at a conclusion.
A big issue is education. Students should not just be taught information. They should be taught to question it. Students should be more independent. Students should learn about what is more relevant to their time periods.
With all the standardized testing, still, the knowledge of students is not found because in these tests there are only answers. Students should be showing their logic with all the problems they solve.
Have you ever heard the phrase, I think, therefore I am? Well, I wrote that. What I'm trying to say is that if I'm aware of what I'm thinking, then I must exist. If you are thinking, then you must be existing.
Everyone should think about philosophy in their day-to-day life. One of my famous quotes is, "But to live without philosophizing is in truth the same as keeping the eyes closed without attempting to open them. And the pleasure of seeing all that sight discloses is not to be compared with the satisfaction afforded by the discoveries of philosophy."
To find the truth in philosophy, one must only consider things that one knows to be true. If you use any material that could possibly be doubted, then your logic will be false.
Students should apply this philosophy to their studies. If they find that something in their learning can be doubted, then the logic by which they are taught must be false. So the teacher must accommodate or prove the lesson they are learning to be completely and undoubtedly true. This creates a strong base for intelligence which can be applied to life after the finishing of school.
The ideal teacher also considers that logic must be applied to find a solution instead of the other way around. They allow students to realize things on their own instead of simply stating things outright and not allowing them to make their own conclusions. This way, students learn to analyze their situations and the repercussions of their actions.
Additionally, I also believe that there should be a focus on logic and not opinions and feelings because those things cloud the mind and lessen the use of logic.